Breaking news, tragedy at the Olympics.
The Olympics are loved worldwide by fans everywhere, but this year the Olympics have been invaded by what you ask? Super spies.
This year the Olympic Games are taking place in London, England. It has been anticipated for a long time. Everything has been perfectly prepared, but there have been some strange disturbances.
There have been several sightings of a person dressed entirely black, troubling the Olympics in an invasive manner, or, in other words, crashing the Olympics. The reasons for these actions are still unclear. Isn't that right, Bill?
Exactly, Barbara. Nobody knows who he is, where he came from, or why he is doing this. But one thing is for sure, the games can't go on like this. The athletes are trying their best to cope with the conditions, but this must be stopped. To show you the circumstances, here's some footage of some of the Olympic events in which the super spy was visible.
Are these the doings of some strange terrorist organization? You decide. As you can see, the sharpshooting events were continuing normally until a black figure ran in plain sight in front of the athlete as she was about to shoot. Then he continued to run, unfortunately too quick for the security guards to catch. Suddenly, he seemed to mysteriously disappear.
Now onto the archery events. Again, everything was perfectly fine until the same black being ran in front of the athlete as she drew back her bow. If you ask me, that isn't the smartest idea, but the spy disappeared before the athlete let go of the arrow.
As the swimmers started their first race, the spy actually jumped into the water, nearly scaring the athlete to death. The spy seems to have a tendency, maybe even a strategy, to get directly in front of the athlete at a time when it is least expected.
However, at the running events, he seems to break this habit as the athletes start their rather exciting race to the finish line. Where is the spy?
Why, I don't know, Bill.
Wait, there he is, way in the back.
All right. Okay, these are only some of the clips of the spy invading the Olympics. We will return with more information about this mysterious event, but now see how much you know about the Olympics with this pop quiz.
Number 2. What is a biryani? A. A ham and Swiss cheese sandwich. B. A trick performed on a trampoline with a front somersault and a 1/2 twist. B. A strategy invented by Louis Biryani in which an athlete holds back slightly until the finish line. Or D. An energy drink which is made so that asthmatic people can compete in the Olympics. Correct answer? B. 3. How old was Paul Elvstrom when he competed in the sailing events in 1998? A. 15. B. 24. C. 45. Or D. 60. Correct answer. In what year were the Olympics revived after a Roman emperor canceled them in 393 BC? A. 776 BCE. B. 2012 AD. C. 1948 AD. Or D. 1896 AD. Correct answer is D.
Now we go to Becky, live at the Olympic Village.
Here we are at the Olympic Village, an area especially good for the athletes. This is where the athletes stay and train before the day they compete. We're going to interview a couple of the athletes who experienced the spy. So here we are with Swedish long jump star, as he describes his point of view. So, Mr. Zucchini, what exactly happened out there?
Well, I was just running, and all of a sudden, this man jumps in the rope. So I'm like, oh man, you better get out of the way. And he's like, so I start to running away.
How does that make you feel?
I was very scared, and it made me sad, and I cannot process this through my brain.
Well, there you have it. Now we're going to go on to Captain Howdy, the Texas equestrian prodigy. And now, here we go to Texas equestrian prodigy, Captain Howdy. So, Miss Howdy, what was your experiences with the spy?
Well, folks, I'll have to say it was pretty scary. I could even say it was one of my worst nightmares, scaring the pants off my poor Rainy and me like that. I was racing my horse as fast as I could when suddenly this man dressed all in black sprinted in front of my horse.
Will this affect your riding in any way?
I sure hope not, ma'am.
Well, there you have it. Finally, we go to Irish rowing champion, Potato O'Connor. So, Mrs. O'Connor, what was your experience with the spy?
Well, I was just rowing, and he jumped inside my boat. The boat tipped over, and I fell into the frigid waters of the lake. It was so cold. I was as wet as it was raining cats and dogs. I tried to hit the stranger with my paddles, but he was just as fast as lightning.
How do you plan to respond to this through your performance in the games?
Well, I'll just try to forget the entire thing and continue fighting for my country. Go Ireland!
Well, that was Jacob Zucchini, Captain Howdy, and Potato and Connor on their views of the spy. And back to you, Bill and Barbara.
Thank you, Becky. This really is quite an unexpected event. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the Olympics.
Yes, Bill. In fact, this odd incident is scaring off some Olympic fans. The reputations and jobs of some athletes are at risk. Who knew that one person could cause such a huge problem?
But then again, Barbara, this could have been devised by a whole team of super spies. Maybe we'll find out today at the Olympic Games tennis event with Becky.
Here we are at the tennis venue for the London 2012 Olympics. The athletes are pumped and ready to go. Everyone's really hoping the spy doesn't make a visit today, but we're all taking precautions. So today, we're having the first moving signals event. The contestants are Una Kim and Samiksha Smith.
Who are you? My name is Rachel Davis.
Why'd you do all this?
Well, you see, my great-grandfather, Michael Davis, was kicked out of the Olympics 50 years ago. And so, he passed on a plan of revenge to me. And I vowed to carry that out when his death became untimely.
Wow.
And so, I am going to take my revenge on the Olympics. And shush! Do not interrupt me! I am far above you!
I'm sorry. So, why, is that all? Why you did it?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's the spy. That was unexpected. Let's go back to you, Bill and Barbara. Well, that was unexpected. Back to you, Bill and Barbara.
Thank you, Becky. Wow, that is amazing. Now that we've finally caught the spy, hopefully the Olympics will return to normal.
I hope so too. Join us next time for another potentially exciting story on
SSC!